I definitely want to talk about this. Definitely want to talk about this.
Jay-Z's been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly, along with Sean Diddy Combs. Our US correspondent Martha Kellner has the latest from Los Angeles.
You say Combs?
This civil suit was originally filed back in October against Sean Combs, better known as P. Diddy.
See how she put the emphasis on Combs? Combs. He might have said Combs.
It's now been amended to also include allegations against Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter. In this civil suit, a woman says that when she was a 13-year-old girl back in the year 2000, that she attended an after party for the MTV Video Music Awards, during which she says she was raped by Jay-Z and P. Diddy. She says that Jay-Z removed her clothes, pinned her down and raped her while P. Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity watched on. She says she was then raped by P. Diddy as Jay-Z and this female celebrity watched on once again. Jay-Z has dismissed in a lengthy statement these claims as idiotic. He's also attacked the character and legitimacy of the lawyer who has brought these claims. In his statement, Jay-Z directly addresses that lawyer. He says, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit." The wife, which he refers to, is, of course, Beyoncé, whom he's been married to since 2008 and been in a relationship for much longer than that. As for P. Diddy, he's currently in prison in New York awaiting criminal charges for sex trafficking and racketeering. He faces more than 24 civil lawsuits. This is the first one that has named Jay-Z, and he denies those allegations.
Damn, Diddy Pop.
Okay. I had a different video that gave a different.
Damn, it's a nice night.
Have a good one. Next.
I had a video that gave a different explanation, but we don't need to watch another one of those. We get the gist of it. So the video said, though, that it was a 13-year-old girl whose friend dropped her off at some sort of concert hall, and the 13-year-old girl was going around asking limo drivers how to get in, and allegedly that's when one of the limo drivers said, "Hey, you'll be a good candidate to kick it with Diddy or Jay-Z or whatever." And then you have the story about how they allegedly did what they're saying that they did.
I heard Shorty was autistic though.
I heard that too.
So, and this 24 years later, she's about what, 37?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't, unless you actually put a face to the person, like all that Jane Doe shit, or like, you know what I mean? I can't put a face to it. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I don't necessarily put it past celebrities, I mean,
Chief,
they was fucking on Aaliyah, but
Chief Owanikoko, did I say it right? Owanikoko, watching from Jerusalem.
All right,
yo,
Chief,
welcome. Okay. Thank you guys for kicking it with us.
hey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
Hey, well, what you got going on? What y'all do last week? Huh? What y'all was doing?
What you saying?
What y'all was doing? We got him in here. We got yeah.
All right. Remember, have a good conversation.
All right, Jay-Z got some people. But yeah, I'm not sure, man. I don't know if he did it or not. I'm not a big fan of coming out with shit, 2.5 decades later. Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah. And when you're 13, where's your parents?
I was just gonna say that too. That's one of the questions I have too. Where was your mommy or dad?
How you just, especially if she's supposed to be autistic, like, so what made her a good candidate?
Yeah, but this is what I think too, though, right? Because even if he didn't do it, he did it. This is never going away. This is gonna be on his name for the rest of his life. When things like this come out, it's like you put John Doe on it. You try to hide this, but you're trying to shame me because this is a stick-up thing. I'm going to go take this to the press. Because before they sent this and brought it to the press and everything, they hit Jay-Z up. They hit Jay-Z people up. Like, oh, give us this money. We'll make the story go away. And like, no, I'm not giving you nothing. Take the story. But why not go to the cops, though?
Yeah.
So even, like, it's just like, You don't know if he did do it. You don't know if he, I don't know, either or. But it's just like his reputation and everything is tarnished because people already had questions. He already did bad shit. You don't need to lie and bring up some shit. He did some fucked up shit already. You already know he did some fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody got fucked up shit, but I always say, don't lie on me. I'm gonna do enough fucked up shit anyway. You don't gotta lie on me though. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So we don't know if this is true or if this not, but shit. And everybody else eyes who say he did some heinous shit, he did this shit. Cause you already got your mind made up. It doesn't matter. You ain't looking through it with like like you say, objective eyelens, anything like that. Everybody I know be like, man, Jay-Z, nah, we don't know.
Do you guys remember what the alleged story was about why the whole Diddy situation blew up?
No, I don't remember.
Diageo?
Mm-hmm. So
he's trying to get a casino.
That's what. Okay, let me go back.
I forgot all about that. I promise you, I forgot all about that shit.
So,
damn, I forgot about this.
When it first came out, right? So let's just say the story itself, right? No outside things, just the story itself. I was mining through each step of the situation on how it was explained in the video that I watched. So let's just say this, what in the video that I saw that I explained earlier, that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
So 13-year-old has her friend drop her off at some sort of concert hall, okay? What 13-year-old has somebody that can drive?
That's true. That's true.
That knows how to get around the city well enough to get dropped off.
It's true.
Then she goes around specifically asking limo drivers,
how do I get in there?
How do I get in the concert hall? How do I get into the VMAs? Okay, how do they know where to? I never know where these like the BET Awards or even the DNC that happened here in Chicago. I never know where these venues are. Granted, I don't look for them.
But you got to be part of that clique to know.
Yeah.
It's like it's some type of I don't want to say cult, but it's some type of like clique that knows these type of things that you get the information from to know where it's going to be at.
Right. So that kind of attests to why she may have been lost, if this story is true, air quotes, lost. But how do you go from trying to get into the VMAs to all of this stuff happening, and then now 24 years later, you want to listen, my first thought was say a prayer and get some therapy, if it's true. Because why you wait 24 years later? If it's true, I want to specify that. 24 years, like, no, I don't. Any of these past situations with specifically black men that I've been seeing, and the sexual allegations against women, all this stuff. Oh, he did this 30 years ago. Stop it. Not just off the strength of that. I mean, I guess it made, like Maul said, it was a smearing campaign to besmirch his name, but just off the strength of that, for me, I was like, I was done with it. But then I think it was 2K, whom I met last night in Detroit. Not met, but I saw last night in Detroit.
Was your first time meeting him?
No, second.
Okay. 2K, what's up, brother? I know you're probably in there somewhere.
But
2K, what up?
Yeah, so no, just off the strength of that, I was like, no, man, say a prayer and get some therapy. And clearly you made it 24 years later. It has, like, I hope you're okay now, whatever the case. But just like what Chief said, Jay-Z wanted ownership of the upcoming casino in Times Square. That's why they canned his behind. Now, I don't know the validity of that. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Chief, but I don't know that story. That's all stuff that I have to hear from other people to even figure out.
I mean, can I add on to something though? But Stogie and I was talking. You know, Dame Dash just sold his share, or he had to auction off his share, Rockefeller. Mm-hmm. And you know who bid it on it and won it? The state of New York.
Because I heard it was like mad cheap, like $1 million.
Yeah, it started off I think around and they got it for like $1 to $3 million, something like that. But I'm just saying, it was like, why would the state of New York be interested in something like that? And then you go to find out, well, okay, Jay-Z has, he's trying to get a casino down in Times Square.
So smear his name to help that not happen, basically, is what it sounded like.
How many people probably trying to get that? It ain't he probably the only black majority owner or like the majority capitalist that's trying to get something like that. You know how many other people is trying to get that?
Yeah, they'll come up with all types of shit. Like this is business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like we run with shit like that though. Us as a people are run with shit like that. Like it's enough. We got enough things that's going on out here with our black leaders and our black people that we can, pin some shit on that they going. But we'll go do this because you don't really like this person or you don't like certain celebrities, so you're gonna say they did the shit anyway. We already think the worst of most of them.
I do.
You feel me? So any little thing that's gonna come out with him, you're gonna run with it anyway. I'm not saying if he did do it or he didn't do it. I don't know. You feel me? But I'm saying we run with shit.
Yeah, it should be some evidence behind it.
And guess what? This shit is never going away. I don't give a fuck if he prove he didn't do it. They gonna still say he did the shit. Once somebody come out with something like this and it's a big story headline, they did that shit even if you say they didn't do that shit.
The court of public opinion.
Thank you. They already won.
Do you think Jay-Z really cares about public opinion though? And genuine question. The only reason I ask is because for the most part, maybe it's just not on my radar, but I don't see Jay-Z in the news much unless he does some sort of interview.
You care about your name though. Your name, if your name carry weight, your name carry weight.
True. Yeah.
Like I was talking to, I forgot who I was talking to, and I know this might sound cocky, but the job we work at or whatever, and I was just telling, I was like, I get shit done, so my name carry. I'm not saying I'm the head honcho, no, but if you mention my name, I fucking know who you talking about. Jerry Day the same way. You mention Jerry Day name, you motherfucker know who you talking about. You mention Space's name, motherfucker know who you talking about. Your name carry weight, so you don't want that smear on your name. You're not gonna just. We work for the company we work for. Are you gonna just bring any and everybody underneath your name? Somebody, oh nah, he need a job or something like that? No, because your name carry weight. So if your name is on his with his, and he out here doing dumb shit, you don't want that rocking with you,
right?
So your name carry weight. Of course, hell yeah, he care about this. That's fucking up his name. He got kids too.
Yeah, that's the part that I wasn't thinking about it when this whole thing blew up. But when I saw his statement and he said like I got to explain this to my kids, I was like.
Yeah, that shit gonna really hurt. Now your daughter sitting there looking at you crazy and shit. Like, will my dad really do something like this? Even though you've been with your dad been there every time. You don't be around there 100%. Like your kids don't know every fucking thing you do, or you have done to get to them to where they at. So they'll be having questions, and then you start like, cause you getting emotional and choked up. You start fumbling over a couple of your words. They might think you lying or something.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing what people will do for. I mean, cause we talking about big money.
Yeah, we ain't talking about this billions, this
right.
D's.
So,
D's is a different story.
Yeah, Big Worm, you smoked a nigga over $50. So when I know it's a movie, but, you think about it and think about, the drug level or, people owing somebody money and that's, maybe it could be thousands of dollars. But now we talking about millions, in particular billions of dollars. We're not going to let you get in the way of us potentially making some more money, us potentially having power. So we're gonna go ahead and sabotage what you got going on.
Yeah. And then you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
No, and then like you say, that casino in New York, you know how much money that will fucking generate?
Mm-hmm.
Like for real. Like even 10 to 20% of that, you know how much money that will generate? We're talking about hundreds and billions of dollars in New York.
This ain't Peter Man.
Peter Man, yeah. Welcome to the live. Never seen you here before. Appreciate you for chopping it up with us. He said they're coming for Dre, Snoop, et cetera, et cetera. Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everybody had their day, Joe. I'm just waiting on Michael Jordan Day.
Hey, no, but one of the big things you say is, and I hope it don't get him, but it probably is 50. 50 always got something to say. I hope it's squeaky clean.
They got some on all the celebrities that we kind of look up to and admire. I think ultimately, man, you got to get that shit back. Yeah.
That's why I always say I never want to be too high. I never want to be too low. I always want to be in the middle right in the middle with everybody else, blended right on in. You'll never know.
Yeah, because I think the whole like Kevin Hart situation when it blew up that he like the video and he cheated on his wife and all this stuff and he came out and like apologized for it and told on himself. I wonder if that was. I think it's like we talked about humiliation. We have a video of humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like it's a rite of passage when it comes to reaching certain levels of notoriety and finance. Mm-hmm. It seems like you got to go through that in order for you to increase. You want to go to the next level. You want to add another zero to your annual salary or whatever it is.
Ask y'all a question and a question to everybody in the chat. Is it worth it? Would it be worth it to you?
For me, hell no.
Say. gonna say what's a good amount of money, man? Let's say you about 5 to 10 mil. Your net worth about 5 to 10 mil. You pretty good. So 5 to 10 mil, I think is pretty good. You got a pretty good network. Because $1 million, you on people will say, yeah, real quick. 5 to 10 mil, pretty decent. But for you to get to 100, is it worth it?
No.
And we're trying to do something to jeopardize our morals.
Just whatever rituals they gotta go do.
Oh no, I'm not doing no rituals.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
It's
humiliation ritual, like
Nigga,
no, it's not. It's
I don't even eat chillin', so I'm good.
But I'm just saying, and I want to ask everybody in the class. If you worth about 5 to 10 mil, but for you to get to 50 to 100 mil, you got to go through whatever ritual they talking about. It could be whatever you want to, whatever.
But I can say no now, because niggas ain't never seen 100 million, right? I'm going to be honest, because, you know what I'm saying, we always talk about what we would and wouldn't do, right? Niggas be talking about if they got into a shootout, you know what I'm saying, they finna turn into John Wick.
No, you're not.
No. So, you know what I mean, right? So they have $100 million in cash or $50 million in cash or whatever in front of you. And of course, we just hypothetically speaking, it don't work like that. But I'm just saying, you never seen no type of money like that, right? At least I haven't. Otherwise, if I have, I wouldn't be on this podcast with niggas, right?
Touche.
So I'm just saying, like, you never know, but I feel confident in me and my personality that I wouldn't be trying to do no rituals.
no, because my thought process is with all the books that I've listened to, and I specify listen to. When people talk about when rich people talk about money, they really say, a lot of them say, what can you do? Like once you reach that 5 to 10 million, that's because you said that's the base, right? That's what I'm worth right now.
You worth about 5 to 10 mil.
Once you get to 5 to 10 mil, that's like the ceiling for whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's like you don't really need to go to 20, 50, 100, 500 unless you're really trying to own casinos or you're trying to own city blocks or whatever the case.
It's just a different type of stunt.
That's at that point it's bragging rights.
Yeah, it's a different type of stunt.
At that point it's bragging rights. So no, I don't. No, I couldn't go through it.
I could
not
be cool
for
with that though. I could be cool with 5 to 10.
Yeah, I'm cool with 5 to 10. Like that alone is more money than I've ever seen.
Because I don't like motherfuckers in my business now. Motherfuckers always trying to talk about, this, that, and the third. And you, nah, stay out of my business.
That's what DHPX said. I'm not apologizing for anything. If I did that, I did that. Mind y'all business. D Brown said, Jay, every day, not give it back like Uncle Luke said. You have to stay in your line. Basically, you get what I give you. No, I think this is a wild situation. The question was asked on one of Anton's panels that I was listening to on Monday night, this past Monday. Do you think that he did it? Me, based off of the information that is being presented now, I don't. Now, I don't know what they do because, like, at the air quotes, the world famous Diddy parties that apparently none of these celebrities have ever been to or have been too late. But everybody say I leave at 11, I leave at 12. Okay, nobody's there past 12 or 11 anymore, huh? Okay,
Right.
But yeah, no, I don't. In this particular one case, I do not think he did it. I think this is completely fabricated.
Yeah, I don't know if he did it. I don't know that nigga. And I definitely wasn't at no Diddy party, so I can't tell you.
D Brown said, I'm cool with 5 to 10 million, so 100 million would be great. But different money come with different dangerous levels.
Absolutely.
That's facts.
More money, more problems.
Yep, stay right where you at.
Diddy.
That's what people be like, man, you just comfortable with the fuck yeah I am. I'm cool.
I'm cool. Like why? Like that's
Like people always say that, but you're not willing to go and do everything it is to take to get the rest of that shit though.
Yeah.
Like you can people always talking about comfortability, you just complacent it with this, you this, and that. But you don't even work as hard to get what the fuck the little bit you do got. So how you gonna sit up there and say this not good and it's not good enough for people? Like people just be killing me.
You know, and that's something I was thinking about, like, you know, how businesses are sold, right? So I don't know if y'all familiar with Portillo's. Now it's going national. So Portillo's is sold, been sold to publicly. I'm not sure if it's publicly traded now, but it's a chain now. It's always, you know, it's been a local chain, but now it
should be just for Chicago.
Just for Chicagoland. Yeah. But now, and I was telling somebody, I was like, yeah, you know, they sold Portillo's. And they were like, man, I wouldn't have sold that. And I'm like, why not though? Because you've already, especially if you don't have any children or anything that's gonna probably take on.
That was a pretty nice chunk of change.
Yeah, you got what, 100 million?
That's
A billion. Yeah, my man. You got a billion. Yeah. I said, why not? If you feel like, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Portillo's probably 70 plus years old. He could sell it for $1 billion. Don't you think you've won?
And like you say, it's all depending on what you got behind you, or do you got family and relatives to leave it to, or whatnot like that.
Yeah, how you feel like they're going to run the company, and if you feel like they're not going to run it worth anything, shit, why not sell it?
Yeah, and it all depends on what are you really trying to do or what you're trying to get out of it.
Oh, see, Berkshire and them. See,
That's
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
2014, Portillo's sold Portillo's to Berkshire Partners. The new owners are planning to open 5 to 7 restaurants each year.
Yeah, they've done that.
You know how much what's it, Brickshire stock costs? It's 2 of them.
Yeah, Berkshire, Warren Buffett, and I'm getting it.
You know how much one share of one of these stocks costs? I think it's B. Is it A? I think it's A. It's like a. No, not that one. That's B. Like I said, that's B. Go to A. Go to A.
Let's see. Berkshire Hathaway stock. Let's go with. Let me. I'll put this down and look for it while you talk. But go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah. A a different type of. You're a different type of millionaire. Maybe there you go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there you go. I think it was. Is it C?
This right?
Yeah, that's it.
Woo.
Yeah. Put that up there.
Where'd it go? Go ahead. No.
Yeah, but no, that's all I had to do. So when I saw that Brickshire and who in it, and when Jerry Day said that's Warren Buffett, yeah, it's different.
Oh,
it's different.
Is it right?
Yeah. That's
685,000.
You not. It's not a typo. They ain't made a mistake of putting no phone numbers. That's not a part order number. That's not your phone number. That's how much a stock costs. That's one share, people. One.
It used to be worth more than that.
They did a stock split.
No, but I'm just motherfucker was like 750,000. But that's what I'm saying. But if
so you know about it too?
Yeah, I've been, I might not, niggas don't be knowing, boy. I be kind of, but look, all I'm saying is this, is that would you not sell? You know what I'm saying? Like, because people be like, man, I would have held that for, a family member or a child or what. And I say it all depends. He started from where he started from. He started from the ground up. You selling Italian beefs on the corner.
Yeah.
Now this shit worth $1 billion.
Yeah. But yeah, and it always like you say too, it depends on what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Like, where are you at? Like, do you want it to be the what you call it? Do you only want it to stay in the family? It's all these things that you're thinking of how you want your company to be.
Right.
And that was my thought on it. It's like, would you share? I think that's kind of up to an individual. Mm-hmm. But I can see it. Like, if someone doesn't want to share it, they're probably trying to pass it down. Mm-hmm. But if someone does sell it, I said share. My bad. You're right. If someone's trying to sell it, then.
I mean, you're trying to get as much money as you. You're trying to build it up and then get as much money as you could and get the fuck on.
Like,
you're trying to move out the way.
Because you've probably taken this company as far as you possibly could.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And Berkshire Hathaway, like, dude, we can go international with this. People love beefs. I bet.
And to the people in Chicago, you ask them who got the best beef.
It won't be
Portillo's ain't nowhere on that list.
No, it's not.
Nowhere on that list. I think Portillo's burgers better than their goddamn beef.
That's why when you mentioned Jerry Day mentioned it being sold, I was like, the first thing I thought of was Portillo's Italian beef, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, that's why.
But it's a tourist attraction.
Yeah,
people come here to get that.
That's why they have the. Go ahead.
They don't know about all the other beef joints that the people that live here we know about. We've been on how long has it been going on, Jerry Day?
About 3 months.
About 3 months. We've been on a beef tour. Yeah. That's how many good beefs it is in Chicago. And trust and believe, we have not been to motherfucking Portillo's not once.
No, why would
and we're not going.
D. Brown said, you heard Chris Rock brothers in the interview at the barbershop. One of the brothers said you have to do drugs to see extra stuff or after party stuff.
Yeah, I believe that.
But yeah, that Berkshire Hathaway, them different people. Boy, when you mention Warren Buffett, it's different. It's different. Jerry still, Space is still covering his mouth because he didn't know that stock cost that much money.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. $685,000 for one share.
That's why I had to tell you about it. I say,
Nigga,
well, you
crypto
know
who?
Hey, and you see what
Berkshire.
I say? When I say Berkshire, I say, what? Berkshire, you know what that is? Yeah, that's different.
$1 billion. Like you said, he's the owner Portillo is 70 years old. So at that point, 70 years old, you got $1 billion in front of you.
Yeah, I met Lord once.
You did? Was that one of the Portillos?
No, at his crib.
Oh, yeah. What we do, yeah.
He right there.
How crib look?
Actually, it was quite modest.
Quite modest?
Yeah, it was okay. All right. You know what I mean? But when he opened the door, I'm like, oh, I'm thinking you finna be in some super fly shit, but this was okay.
Beef
Like,
back there for me?
yeah, let me get a beef. You got beef.
Yeah, one thing I like about Portillo's though is that they have those vintage style that they do with their restaurants.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, different ones. Got a different
Yes,
and
like 70s
Portillo's prior to them being sold, they were real consistent. So I'd say that like they're consistent as far as how the beefs are being made. You go to any kind of anyone, and they're always pretty much the same now.
But you know, when you sell it like that, everything kind of changed.
Yeah,
You stole the words right out exactly what I was thinking.
And I think when they sold it, that's what made it wasn't as what it was, because now they're trying to cut costs. They're trying to make it efficient for all of them. Or how we gonna, sit up here and sell these beefs and make a good profit and all that stuff.
Right.
All right. So this is another thing Ma sent through. I'm curious about this because I listened to.
I sent this? What I say? I sent this?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't even remember what it was. I'm like you every day. I don't know. It should have been a long time ago.
How can you naturally know how to be something you were never raised by?
Sure.
What is a father?
I say it all the time.
I never had one.
Say it all the time.
What's a husband?
We learn it on the fly.
I was not in a household with an example of what a husband and a marital dynamic is. Nigga, when you get married, I don't give a how much in love you are. You're winging it. How?
How y'all feel about that? Y'all think it's true?
Yeah, I mean, I think you it's a trial and error thing. Like you said, you're kind of winging it, but you also know some shit that you ain't supposed to be doing, some shit you should be doing. So, that's whether you're married or raising children, rearing children, or whatever. Kind of like if your dad wasn't there, okay, nigga, I need to be there. You know what I'm saying? That for one shouldn't be. You kind of want to go down. You know how you felt when your dad wasn't there. Right, you know how it felt when you would see other people's fathers come to the basketball games or do other activities, throwing the ball, and you didn't have one, right? So, to me, at least the way my mind works, I want something different than what I didn't have. So I'm definitely going to be there, as much as I can. Now, sometimes may I, relapse and or whatever, but I'm saying, on purpose, though. Right, it's not on purpose. Like, I am trying to be the best father that I can possibly be, at least in that moment. I might not be the best father year round or whatever, and I may not have the most money or the most time to give a child, because time is very important, just like, being able to provide. And even, being, married. I think the same thing is that how it was. You saw your mom when she didn't have somebody, and she probably cried or whatever, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna stick it out for my family. So I think it is you could definitely change some things.
Yeah, I think it's. Here's a question before I answer. So, when it comes to this particular, a lot of times when conversations come up, people use what I call disqualification antics. And by that, I mean, people say you are not this, so you can't chime in or you can't contribute to the conversation, right? So he's talking about fatherhood and this, and I'm not a father. So if someone said, hey, you're not a father, you don't know what it's like to what he's going through. Would it be fair for them to try to disqualify me from the conversation?
I wouldn't say disqualify you, but they have a point. I'm not saying your point is not valid. I'm not going to say that because everybody's point is valid because you know how you want to be when you do have kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know how, because you're seeing everything around you. You're seeing people with kids. You're seeing this with kids. So you'll know how you want to be. I will think his point is valid, but it's not. I can't disqualify you because you still have an opinion. You might give me a good thought that I never thought for. You might give me a thought or a perspective that I never thought about before.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't do that. Now some things we have said, like, bro, you're gonna change that thing when you have kids. I've said that to you before because you don't have them right now. But I told you you're gonna change that, when you have kids because it's hard. You try because people in a sense think that when you have kids and you have a family, you stop going through personal intercept shit, like personal shit that you're going through in your life anyway too. Mm-hmm. So you got to go through that on top of being a man for your household, on top of being a father, on top of being at work too. It's a lot of shit going on.
Husband.
It's a lot. And on top of you being an individual person too, that you don't like shit, how the way shit going, but sometimes you got to eat and swallow the pride because it's for the betterment of everything else. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So
valid point, but it doesn't automatically disqualify.
No, I wouldn't go disqualify you. No, I wouldn't disqualify you at all.
I mean, I wouldn't. Whoever says that in the future, it was just a question that popped up in my head. But whoever says that in the future, I would ask them, do I need to go to jail to know that I don't want to be there? Do I need to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day to know that you probably shouldn't do that because it's going to cause health problems?
Shit, tell them about crack.
Do I need to Do I need to drink a pitcher of Kool-Aid a day to know that I probably shouldn't do that because it'll probably give me health problems, diabetes in particular?
It's true. It's true. That's why I say I understand where they're coming from, but you still have a valid point. Everybody have a point about everything of how they know how they want things to be in their life.
Yeah, people only do that when they
You got nothing else to say.
Yeah, when the conversation is not going in their favor.
Yeah.
So I disqualified that anyway.
Yeah.
But no, as far as what Tyrese was saying, I think it's true, and I also think it's a lot of times people use it as a cop out as well. For instance, on a base level, if somebody grows up without a father, just like J. Day said, somebody grows up without a father, when you have kids, you're going to, at the very least, just off of like looking at it from a bird's eye view, you're going to be in your child's life.
That's true.
Now, specific practices of different things and how to teach lessons and how to like throw a ball or play sports and all that stuff, that's something that you're going to have to traverse through. I
agree.
But it's also a thing where it's like,
you're going to rationalize not being there, right?
Right.
I'm just, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No,
I'm just saying you're going to rationalize like, okay, well, I'm not there. Well, my daddy wasn't there.
Repeat the cycle.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of rationalizes.
Hamster wheel, the
right.
same thing.
No, I got that off the. If you know. We had that in our group where niggas say repeat the cycle. That's crazy. That's crazy work to me. That is diabolical. If you repeating the cycle, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think you can just go off of your previous experiences and the things that you desired as you were growing up and mine that out. Right? Like you wanted to be on a basketball team. You couldn't be on a basketball team because your dad wasn't in the house, so y'all didn't have enough money or you didn't have enough provisions. So you're going to be in your child's life and make sure that you have provisions. You're going to teach them how to play basketball, maybe run through some drills with them or whatever the case. So I think in a lot of cases, yes, you don't know what comes with having a child because you didn't have a father or raising a child because you didn't have a father. But there's also things as well where it's like, for instance, you're learning something new, for instance, like me with trading, right? It was when I first started learning this stuff, it was like, or even learning a new language. It's like being dropped in the middle of the ocean. You don't know where to go. You don't know what's the first thing to do. You go this way, you look at the clouds, which way the wind blowing, if you can figure that out. You don't know what is the first step to doing whatever that thing is.
I need you to hurry the fuck up because I need you to teach me.
Oh, trading?
Yeah. I'm just trying to wait. Hurry the fuck up. You take it so long. Like, I don't know what fuck.
You'd be like, I'm doing all these mock drafts, man. I'm getting all this money. Yeah. Let's get to this real shit.
Yeah, hurry the fuck up. Yeah, hurry the fuck up so you can teach me.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you talking about no. You already know you're gonna do it. So just hurry the fuck up so you can teach me. Like, say the same thing to Jay every day. If you learn a new skill, hurry up, please, so you can teach me. Hurry the fuck up so you can teach me too.
Yeah, it was a, and you know, it's like I said, it's like being a father. If you didn't have a father, being a mother, you didn't have a mother in your life. It's you just do the reverse of. You start with the reverse of what you experience, basically.
Yeah.
You know what you don't want.
Right, and you know what's at the very least, you know what's right and wrong. Right, like a lot of people have kids and they yell at their kids, they curse them out.
You know you didn't like that. So
you know you didn't like that growing up, so why you doing it?
Yeah, that's true.
Do I need to be a father to figure that out? Come on, man. Like,
but I think he has some truth to a lot of what he said. But a lot of things we winging. I don't give a fuck if you did have that in the household. You still know some of the ways that they did it and all that. Everything is different. Everybody's way of teaching, everybody's way of parenting, everybody's way. Now, is you going to take a lot of things that your parents taught you? Yes, you are. You're going to take a lot of that shit. You're going to take damn near 60 to 75% of that shit. But you're going to add your own 25% to it. Mm-hmm. So you're going to know, what you want to do and what you don't want to do or anything like that. But everything we winging.
yeah, like, and a lot of times, and I think this is what you're saying, even if you have an example for whatever, for being a father,
yeah,
once you get your own kids,
it's going to be different.
It's going to be a different experience.
Absolutely.
They're going to react to things that you reacted to. They're going to act way totally different than what you reacted to.
Well, they got their own different personalities.
Yes, they all different.
They've been raised in different environments than
Yes.
you were raised in. You know, sometimes your kids' environments is the reason why they act the way they do,
Yes.
now, good or bad.
Yes.
1000%. Everybody becomes a product of their environment.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do, we try to move from where we was to try to get them in the best school system that is proper. So they're not going to grow up like my high school. My high school was probably 99.99.9% black.
Back then.
Yeah, back then. Yeah. Back then.
I've seen them niggas. I'm like, damn, man, Max looking around this
But
bench.
guess what? My son go to a high school where he's the majority. I mean, he's the minority.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, so he gonna grow up with different, aspects of things of how they look at things and how they treat each other and all this stuff. Like what we grew up, we roasted all the day. We had fun.
Definitely.
We always talked about it.
We still gonna do it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
after the podcast, we back in the group chat heating each other.
Yeah. So, but now at my son's school, they scared of hurting each other's feelings, so they're not gonna do that. You feel me? But it's just different ways that we grow up and we do things.
Mm-hmm. And it's on top of that, one major aspect of it is technology is different as well.
It's true.
I was thinking about that.
It's more impactful now than it was 20, 30 years ago.
I think we had the best of both worlds, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, we did.
We had the best of the generation I grew up in. I think we had the best of both worlds because we had enough technology to where if it was a snow day and we really couldn't go outside and it was raining too bad, we had enough to where we can be playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, we
be
like
outside too.
We outside because we like to be outside most of the time.
Cause we used to hoop in the rain.
Yeah,
some of our best basketball was in the rain.
Yeah, that's true. And sick as hell when you wake up next day.
What else?
Snow football.
Snow. Snow football. It didn't matter. Just being outside, man.
Cold as hell when you come in the house.
I think not only our adolescent years and teenage years were great, but even our early 20s. Like if we talk about technology, just playing video games online. That was when it first really started.
2004? That's when it really kicked off?
Yeah, it really kicked off. 04, 06. That really early on, it was still new and fresh. Now it's just like,
yeah. You don't know nothing about that. Yeah, you don't know nothing about the AOL.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Look at this.
Whoever paid for that.
Because you just Googled it. What do you think?
But it's not Google, though. But go ahead.
But it's all coming. You know how they go.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Exactly how that goes.
That's the technology now where it's going.
Because you log in at the computers at your job, and guess what? All of what you've been Googling, it can still pop up on all that be popping up in a little thing. All that do.
True. This is the last thing that I had for you guys.